Fertilization. It is the process in which fusion of male gamete, that is pollen, and the female gamete, that is ovum, fuses with each other inside the ovary. Fertilization process started after the pollination. As you have already studied that in pollination, pollen grains are transferred from anther to stigma. Okay, so in fertilization what happened? Pollen grains come from the anther of a flower and get stick to the stigma. Okay, as the pollen grains transferred to the stigma started to secrete a sticky substance or a sugar containing liquid. Now the pollen grains which are present at the surface of a stigma respond to a sugar containing liquid which was secreted by the stigma. Okay, how? By growing a narrow tube-like structure known as pollen tube. Inside the pollen tube, male cells or male gametes are present. Okay, now as you can see, pollen tube move towards the ovary, that is the basal part of the pistil. From the ovary, it reaches towards the ovule. Inside the ovule, female gamete is present, that is egg. Now, as the pollen tube which contain the male gametes reaches the ovule, the tip of the tube opens and releases the male gametes to fertilize the female gamete which is present inside the ovule. This fusion of male and female gamete inside the ovary is known as fertilization. After the fertilization, a new cell is formed known as zygote. After the formation of zygote, only ovary and the ovule which is present inside the ovary persist. Ovary enlarges to form the fruit. Ovules present in the ovary change into seeds. The sepals, petals, stamens, style and stigma dry up and fall off from the thalamus.